Welcome to another Reddit video, the series where you can submit your memes, photos, videos, questions, or anything related to the world of professional wrestling over on the Santi Zap Videos Reddit page. A Reddit page that just crossed 5,000 brain-rotted degenerates, so welcome. So if you want your garbage featured in next week's Reddit video, make sure that you follow that Santi Zap Videos Reddit page. I'll put the direct link to it in the description of this video. By the way, I'm traveling, so you're going to be seeing me with this shirt over the next several videos, okay? It's not that I'm dirty and don't like to shower, it's that I'm pre-recording because my dumbass still does daily wrestling videos. Speaking of which, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I know that you're going to fall in love with his YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. All right, let's see what awful degenerate garbage you've sent in this week. Is this a W or a W? There are rumblings that Def Rebel's contract with WWE will not be renewed upon expiration. WWE using mainstream artists is expected to be the norm going forward. So you ask me, is this a W or a W? This is the biggest W that I've heard come out of the world of the WWE in the last several months. This is amazing news. Don't get me wrong, Def Rebel has a couple of bangers here or there, but for every one head of the table, they have 5 We Are El Idolo role model. They have so many terrible songs that are cringeworthy and have become meme-worthy for the worst possible reasons. So many of us have been calling for WWE to not re-sign Def Rebel, to bring back Jim Johnson, CFOs, but I think that this might be the best overall solution that we can possibly get. WWE using mainstream artists, I think, is the best way to go, because this means that WWE superstars' entrance themes will actually have a unique sound and voice to them, because to a degree, so many of the Def Rebel themes just sort of sound alike, which is why they add these ridiculous voices at the beginning to tell you who's coming out, because their songs just aren't recognizable enough to generate that instant recognition, which is the reason why so many of us were complaining about how bad Def Rebel was at shows like the Royal Rumble, when wrestlers were coming out and there was no recognition of who they were until we actually saw them on camera because of how bad and unrecognizable their entrance themes were. So to me, this is a giant W all around, and hopefully it means that we get our lives back. Damn good, man. The ironic part of this fan getting yeeted while wearing a Yeet shirt cannot go unnoticed. It was poetic that it happened to that particular fan. R.I.P. Ricky, 2024 to 2024. Ricky might be one of my favorite things that the WWE has done, because they took a tired trope that WWE clearly knows people are getting tired of, which is the mystery opponent, the mystery tag partner, and they actually gave us a fun little swerve with it. Yes, we knew that Kevin Owens' partner was going to be Randy Orton. That was obvious from the start, but I love that WWE took this approach, introduced us to Ricky. Ricky got stunned out of existence out of the WWE, and then we got Randy Orton. I appreciate WWE's attempt to, at the very least, make the obvious return, at the very least, somewhat memorable with Ricky. Shout out to Ricky. I thought that he was awesome. Future WrestleMania main eventer, and this week's meme lord. You're about to see a lot more Ricky in this video. What's a dream match that you want to see happen on SmackDown? I'll go first. All right, so you have Giovanni Vinci, who, honestly, I love his first impression that he made on Friday Night SmackDown. I thought it was hilarious. Versus Ricky. See, you understand. You get the mission. Ricky is about to get catapulted to the main event of WrestleMania. And yeah, man, at this point, your voice is in the air. You can use all the memes written in the stars. I want to see Ricky versus Giovanni Vinci. I feel like that genuinely would be comedy gold. I personally actually want to see more Ricky. I'm not kidding. I will be mad if this isn't the cover for 2K25. Ricky's taking over, man. Ricky is taking over. If you look closely, just above Ricky's head, it says GOAT Edition. The GOAT. Ricky, ladies and gentlemen, again, won our hearts. He friggin' trended on Twitter for like 5 hours with "We Want Ricky." Crowd chanting "We Want Ricky" was like the loudest chant of the entire night. They made something funny and special in a funny little gag that has really stuck with wrestling fans. We love Ricky around these parts. Hall of Fame 2025 inductee, Ricky. Yeah, these, I tried to warn you that a lot of the memes that were sent in this week were about Ricky. I mean, and can you blame the community? Can you really blame the community? Look at that chest hair. Look at the shoulder hair. This man really has it all. Look at the trunks. This guy, such good shit. Who has seen him? Man, Jimmy Uso really is an enigma at this point. He should have came back to the WWE to be Roman Reigns' partner at Bad Blood. I don't think that it should have been Cody Rhodes. I don't think it makes sense that it's Cody Rhodes, considering Cody Rhodes says, I want nothing to do with the bloodline. Bloodline's no longer my problem. That's Roman Reigns' problem. Haha, just kidding. I do want to be involved with the bloodline. Please put me in the match so that I can main event in my hometown. That should have been Jimmy Uso. That was the perfect time for him to return. A brand new network. They could have benefited from a shock return. They could have continued to bolster the bloodline storyline with the return of Jimmy. Like, that was it. That was the perfect episode for it. So at this point, I'm done trying to predict when Jimmy Uso is coming back, because if he didn't come back on that episode of SmackDown debuting on the USA Network, I frankly don't know what could have possibly been a better place for him to come back. Question, Santi. After 2 weeks, how has the NFL reactions been treating you? Happy you found another way to overtake another sports niche. Yeah, for those that don't know, I'm doing reactions to NFL games, and I've been having a lot of fun with it because I love WWE, duh, obviously, but I also love NFL American football. I'm labeling it as such to my non-American viewers here. And I'm happy to have diversified, to be finding a new audience in a different niche, but I will say, somehow, the NFL fans are bigger crybabies than the WWE fans in the internet wrestling community. That caught me off guard. I don't know that I'll be taking over the NFL niche. It's a far bigger pocket of the internet than WWE wrestling and wrestling in general, but we'll see. I'll give him the good old college try. Maybe you'll see me creating an NFL-centric channel, but for now, I'm gonna keep it to Twitch and TikTok. Thanks for asking, though. I appreciate that. Which one was better? WrestleMania 25, Shawn versus The Undertaker, or WrestleMania 26, Shawn versus The Undertaker? So obviously, these are both fantastic matches. In my eyes, they are both 5 out of 5 amazing WrestleMania WWE classics that every WWE fan should at some point watch in their lifetime. But I do think that the WrestleMania 25 match is better. Although I acknowledge that the WrestleMania 26 match had the bigger stakes. However, I actually like the fact that the WrestleMania 25 match, that the only thing at stake was just Taker's streak. It just sort of felt like at Mania 25, it was two legends of the business trying to outplay each other. They were just trying to determine who truly was the better of the two legends. Meanwhile, WrestleMania 26 just sort of felt like a bit more manufactured drama by making it streak versus career, but it was still amazing. Plus, the WrestleMania 25 one, not that it caught us entirely off guard, because we knew Undertaker and Shawn were gonna put on a freaking clinic, but I don't know that everyone was expecting, a match of the lifetime contender. Meanwhile, at WrestleMania 26, the expectations were through the roof because we knew how good the WrestleMania 25 match was. I'm going to go with WrestleMania 25, but don't get it twisted. I still think the WrestleMania 26 match is damn near perfect. Enough to make a wrestling fan cry. Santi posts a 20-minute Reddit video. The first 10 minutes is a Patreon advertisement. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. Oh, I remember this spot.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? The making of a superstar right here.
Oh yeah, dude. It's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is this? Oh! That, folks, was a sneak peek of this week's Wrestling is Cool Match Club, which is available exclusively on patreon.com/SantiZap. This week, we'll be doing a watch-along of the WrestleMania 32 Intercontinental Championship ladder match. The greatest squash match of all time, Shawn Michaels versus Vince McMahon in a street fight at WrestleMania 22. Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37. The Boneyard match between AJ Styles and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 36. And one of the greatest matches of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart at WrestleMania 13. It's a little WrestleMania week this time. You can find these alongside the Raw review, SmackDown reviews, and the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days early, all over on the Patreon. Once again, that's patreon.com/SantiZap. Come on over, give it a shot for 1 month. I think that you're really gonna like the offerings there. Just give it a shot, but back to the video. The real main event of Bad Blood. Ricky versus Kevin Owens. First of all, I have to give a huge kudos and shout out to whoever made this poster because I jokingly put this on my story. I thought it was funny, all right? And my coach, my personal trainer, follows me on that Instagram and he has questions about wrestling. He's like kind of like a lapsed wrestling fan. He keeps like a casual tab on wrestling. He asked me, yo, who's this guy that Kevin Owens is facing? I had to explain to him, no. It's just a meme. It's not like some famous guy from New Japan or AEW that's jumped over. It's just Ricky, bro. It's not gonna actually happen. But it'd be kind of sick if, hear me out, somehow, some way, Ricky's in the Royal Rumble and Ricky eliminates Kevin Owens. I love it. Personally, I think that'd be fucking hilarious. Who is one wrestler you think Santi overhypes? I'll start. Bro, come on. Come on. Don't do this. Don't start with the Michin hate just because I'm starting to show you the light that she is amazing. I don't think that I'm overhyping her. I think that I'm just recognizing that she is far better than people give her credit for. I do talk a lot about her, but I really stand by it. I don't think that it's overhype. I do believe that she's still underrated, and it might feel like, you know, a lot of people are talking about Michin because you watch this channel daily and I talk so often about her, but there are still a lot of outlets, a lot of wrestling creators, fans that are just not recognizing the greatness of Michin. If you think that Michin is overhyped, you haven't been seeing the work that she's been putting in at NXT. See what I mean? There's some people that are starting to connect the dots and they realize that she's just been cooking over the last several months. You might just not have noticed. Who should induct Cena into the Hall of Fame? So you've got Randy Orton, I think is a great option. Edge, frig, this is a great option as well. Kurt Angle, fantastic option. And Triple H, honestly, I was expecting you to put Ricky in here. I'm just expecting Ricky memes everywhere that I go now. In terms of who I think should induct him, I do think it's Randy Orton. To me, it's between Randy Orton or Kurt Angle. Like, I love the full circle story of it being Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle is the guy that first gave John Cena a platform with John Cena's debut, but Randy Orton and Cena's career have been so parallel to one another that it also just makes a tremendous amount of sense for it to be Randy Orton. I'm between those two. If you put a gun to my head, I think I might go with Randy Orton though. So SmackDown has a new logo. So I was thinking, what if all three brands get new logos? So I made two logos for Raw and SmackDown. What do you think? Are they good? Oh, I think you meant that you made a logo for Raw and NXT because SmackDown obviously has the new logo. I like the SmackDown logo, even though it does kind of look like the Subway sandwiches logo. That NXT logo is fucking fire. I love that. The Raw logo I think is pretty good too. I don't know that I love the text of the Monday above it, but I like just the way you have Raw right across with those red letters. So I'm gonna give you a W, Cody _ wrestling _ life. Name this tag team. All right, so we're talking about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Tribal Nightmare is what I would probably go with. Let's see what the comments say. Okay, yeah, Tribal Nightmare. It makes sense that that's the top one. Pure Cinema Collective. I don't like this. No, let's not do that. The Royal Families. That's not bad. OTCR. I like this. I like, you know, combining original / only tribal chief with Cody Rhodes. That's not bad. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Bad Blood leaked footage. Goddamn, dude, this is the second week where I've had a Japanese match with somebody pulling out a gun. What the hell is going over in Japan right now? Rikishi won't like this. Oh yeah, the Rhea Ripley selfie with Jey Uso sleeping next to her. I mean, I don't know how much I love the idea of Rhea Ripley just having to bounce from one on-screen relationship to the other. Like, this is Rhea freaking Ripley. She doesn't need a man. She could just go out there, kick ass on her own and be entertaining on her own. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying the antics and shenanigans of Gia, as people online have been calling the team of Jey and Rhea Ripley. That's how they've been shipping them, okay? It's not me, all right? It's the stan community from the internet wrestling community that do this. I mean, to a degree, this is low-key creepy. If this was the other way around, if it was Jey Uso taking a picture of Rhea Ripley sleeping, I feel like the narrative would be entirely different. I would actually go crazy.
Who's it gonna be?
God damn it. I should have... Congrats, guys. Congratulations. In 1 week, you have fundamentally killed Ricky memes. Good job. This is record time for you. All fun until Santi tells us, quote, all right, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I mean, yeah, at some point I have to call it quits. I gotta be honest with you, you know, YouTube and streaming and content creation is a young person's game. I don't see myself as a 50, 60-year-old content creator. Very few of them exist. But yeah, we all have to eventually come to terms that I have to call it a career and end making wrestling videos. We're already calling it an end to daily wrestling videos on YouTube come 2025. So yeah, I honestly don't think that it'll be as heartbreaking as you think. I think by that point, you'll probably have found somebody else to watch, but hopefully you always remember me that when I do call it a career. Get someone that looks at you the way Jacob Fatu looks at his tribal chief. I'm not gonna lie, the Jacob Fatu Solo, I love you is becoming my new favorite version of wrestling brain rot. I've already done Final Boss, it's gonna be Bloodline Rules. We are moving over to I love you. I feel like it's just so much more versatile as a meme. Anyone know what Raw/SmackDown this is from? Jesus Christ. First of all, Cena is just not known for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's just not what you should have, man. Now, if he was rocking this, I would 1000% watch this. The amount of aura that these two have. I like that USA Network says this is like Goku and Piccolo teaming up. I don't think that this is very accurate because Goku is clearly the top guy, you know? Goku tries to put people over, unlike a Hulk Hogan, but Piccolo is clearly like leagues below Goku. This might be closer to like when Batman and Superman teamed up because like it's like divided, man. People love Batman and Superman pretty much equally. But it is crazy that we live in a time that we have this two big and uber over baby faces on the roster, on the same brand. It's honestly the closest that we're coming to Austin Rock at the moment. God damn it. Fuck. Okay, congratulations. You found the meme that got me. All right, caught me off guard, made me laugh. All right, well done. Santi when he sees Dominic Mysterio.
The pop break. Tony, you've had an...
God damn, bro. I hate that this clip of me exists. I still don't know the context of why I did that. All right, folks, thank you so much for submitting in your memes, photos, videos, questions in this episode of the Reddit video. We'll see you next week. I'm done. Get out of here.